Today we're going to talk about the question, is eating fruit as bad as processed sugar? And what do you need to know about that? Okay, we all know that fruits are sweet. That's why I like fruits. I'm sure you as well. Nothing better than a juicy peach in the summertime or a delicious orange in the winter. Those are the seasons for these sweet, juicy fruits. And fruits do have sugar, but they are a lot better than processed sugar that you would actually find in a candy bar or a soda, or just adding sugar, for example, to coffee. So why is it that fruits are better than processed sugar, even though they're sweet? Well, it turns out the fruits are nutrient dense, and in addition to natural fructose, they also have natural bioactives like dietary fiber and polyphenols and micronutrients like vitamins and minerals. And all those things add up and they counter the potential issues related to sugar in the fruit. And by the way, your body needs sugar anyway. Your brain requires sugar. Your muscles require sugar. And so fruit actually improves your overall health. Okay, now let me give you some examples of what nutrient dense actually means. So apple a day keeps the doctor away, right? Actually, it's about 2 apples that really start to give you the benefit. But what's in an apple? It turns out that apples can be very sweet, but apples also have chlorogenic acid in your flesh. Chlorogenic acid lowers inflammation and improves your metabolism by burning down harmful visceral fat. That's a fat packed inside the tube of your body that can be very inflammatory. Apples have that. Apples also have in their skin something called ursolic acid. Ursolic acid calls out stem cells from your bone marrow to help repair and regenerate your body from the inside out. All right. You don't get that actually from pure sugar. That's why an apple, a whole apple, is nutrient dense with all these other bioactives that can help your body repair itself. Here's another one. Oranges. Oranges are seasonal. The wintertime is the best time to get an orange. Now look, you can have orange juice, very sweet, but better yet, have the whole fruit. Oranges have dietary fiber, right? And if you have a slice of orange and you're eating it, you know that there's fiber in it. And it also has polyphenols like hesperidin and narogenin and a lot of vitamin C. And vitamin C is anti-inflammatory. Hesperidin and narogenin cuts off the blood supply, feeding cancers. It's anti-angiogenic, helps to rein in harmful blood vessels. And the dietary fiber, well, it actually feeds the gut microbiome. So your gut microbiome will release acetate, propionate, butyrate. These are called short-chain fatty acids. And when they're fed dietary fiber from whole fruits, guess what? They actually lower inflammation. They pump up your immune system to defend against bacteria and viruses from outside of the body and to defend against invaders like cancer cells inside your body. What's not to like about that? All right, that's what you get from eating a whole orange. All right, let's take a look at some other fruits. Mango, very, very sweet, right? But mangoes actually have dietary fiber, a lot of fiber. And if you take a look at a mango, you'll see a lot of fiber. And it has a polyphenol called mangiferin. Mangoes, mangiferin, and mangiferin has anti-inflammatory properties. You don't get that from processed sugar. All right, another one. Pineapple, right? I love a ripe pineapple. Pineapples have dietary fiber and also a bioactive called bromelain. And bromelain is also anti-inflammatory. It boosts your immune system and it cuts off the blood supply to tumors as well. So eat whole fruits as opposed to processed sugar. It's going to be better for you. And by the way, talking about whole fruits, the whole fruit is also better than their juice. All right. Now, here's the thing. Let's look at orange juice, for example. If you had a tall glass of orange juice, you could slug that down. And you know how many oranges it takes to make one tall glass of orange juice? About 8 oranges. So 1 tall glass of orange juice has a sugar of about 8 oranges. So when you eat fruit, you don't want to eat too much. You want to be reasonable about it. And eating a whole fruit, a whole orange, you'll probably eat 1 orange and that'd be fine. And you'll take your time to eat it and you'll get all that dietary fiber. If you have a tall glass of orange juice, you'll be slugging down the sugar from 8 oranges all at once, right? And how many times have you been offered maybe a second glass of orange juice, or you're really, really thirsty and you want to slake your thirst with OJ? So eat the whole fruit, healthiest way to actually have fruit. Now, clinical studies have also shown that a diet rich in whole fruits can reduce the risk of cardiovascular disease. You don't see that with processed sugar, but you see that with eating whole fruits. In fact, a whole fruit diet can reduce the risk of cardiovascular disease, heart attack, stroke, even limb ischemia, as we're not getting blood flow to the legs, by about 10%. And it lowers the risk of type 2 diabetes by about 40+% in women especially. Whole fruits also improve metabolism, right? So all these polyphenols and dietary fiber activates your brown fat. Your brown fat is the healthy fat in your body that fights the harmful fat. This is fat versus fat. I actually write about this in my book, Eat to Beat Your Diet. I talk about how fat isn't all fat, or all fat isn't bad fat. In fact, there's good fat called brown fat. And the harmful fat is called white fat, visceral fat especially, wiggly jiggly. It's very easy to expand that, especially if you eat a lot of processed sugar. Brown fat is wafer thin, pressed around your neck, and it fires up to a process called thermogenesis. And when brown fat is activated, in order to create that heat, you know what it does? It draws down the fuel from your harmful visceral fat. Good fat burns down harmful fat. And so this is how whole fruits, many whole fruits and their bioactives can actually be helpful for your body and lower inflammation as well. Now, many whole fruits also have bioactives that are cancer fighting. And in fact, there's been shown that eating whole fruits of a variety of types can lower risk of many kinds of cancer, lung cancer, colorectal cancer, breast cancer, all beneficial. Why? Because some of these polyphenols boost the immune system. They cut off the blood supply feeding cancer, and the dietary fiber feeds your gut microbiome. Absolutely critical for good health. And a good, well-fed microbiome, gut bacteria also boosts your immune system. What does your immune system do? It conducts surveillance, looking to the right, looking to the left for any tiny little microscopic cancer cells to wipe out. And if you actually have cancer and you're battling cancer, one of the things you should know is good, strong immunity helps tip the odds in your favor. Now, how many times have you heard that cancer patients shouldn't eat fruit because of the sweetness? I'm telling you that for most cancer patients, eating fruit's just fine. I'm not giving medical advice. I'm giving you common sense because you're getting nutrient-dense foods that have dietary fiber and polyphenols that lower inflammation, boost immunity, and all these are factors that are very important to elevate your body's own health defenses against diseases, including cancer. Now, what about some tips for eating fruit? Well, eat local and eat seasonal is what I would actually say. Springtime, summertime, fall, winter. There's fruits that come out every single season. You can look them up on the internet to find out what's out there. But if you go to a farmer's market, you'll usually see the seasonal fruits that are being grown around you and are actually going to be at their peak. So eat seasonally when it comes to fruits is the best way.
Hey, if you're enjoying this content, then I know that you'll love this new resource I have on foods that you should swap out and foods that you should swap in to improve your health and to prevent disease. My resource helps you identify the foods that are probably sitting in your pantry or fridge right now that I recommend ditching, and tells you what to replace them with that's been shown in research and human studies to strengthen your body's health defenses. So it's time to toss out the bad and bring in the good. You won't want to miss out on this resource that I'm offering. Get it for free right now in the caption below. Now, back to the video.
Now, what if you actually can't get seasonal fruits? No problem, because frozen fruits actually maintain their benefits. Okay, and they're going to taste sweet as well. They're going to taste really good, and you can use frozen fruits to make a smoothie. But I can tell you, when they pick a fruit that's frozen, they pick it off fresh, off the tree, off the plant, and they flash freeze it, so they locks in all those dietary polyphenols as well as the fiber. And so you can go into the frozen section and get frozen fruit, and it's every bit as good as the fresh. Okay, now what about organic? I will tell you, getting organic fruits, even though they're a little bit more expensive, are going to be better because they're going to have more of those polyphenols. And I'll explain in another video why that actually is. So some little tips. One more tip I want to give you. When you get fruit and you take it home, you want to actually wash it, all right? Because guess what? The fruit might have been on the ground, touching other fruits. You don't know what's on it. And how do you actually wash a fruit properly? Take that fruit and put it under running cold water for 60 seconds. Got a lot of them? Put them in a colander, or if you want to put them into a bowl and just let running water go in there and just keep the water flowing so you can actually get the fruits rinsed off. 60 seconds, cold running water, best way to wash off the fruit. Sometimes it's impossible to wash the pesticides off the skin of a fruit, so organic is always going to be better. Less pesticides, more bioactives. These are just some tips of actually how to get the most out of whole fruits that are better than processed sugar. Hope you got something out of watching this video. Thanks for joining me.
Hi there. If you enjoyed watching this video, I know you'll love the next one. Stay here and check it out, and I'll see you there.